David writes, he says, "Judge me, O God, and avenge my cause from an impure nation." So David is struggling against something outside that he sees as foreign to God, something that is unholy. He says, "Deliver me from the unjust and deceitful man, for you, O God, are my strength." But he sometimes, as all of us feel, that maybe God is not with us. So look at what David says. He says, "Why have you cast me behind?" This is David's emotions. This is David is feeling like God is not with him. Now, of course, is that true? Of course not. And David knows that. And we're going to see that very quickly. He says, "Why have you cast me behind? And why must I walk about downcast when my enemy oppresses me?" He says, "Send out your light and your truth. They have led me and brought me to your holy mountain, to your dwelling place." And a lot of the fathers, when they comment on this psalm, they say, what is our holy mountain and what is our dwelling place? It's the altar. He says it's the altar. This is the place that God brings us as His holy mountain. This is the place where God brings us as His dwelling place, where He unites us with Him. So even though David is feeling this way, he never stays in that place because he has hope in God. He understands very well that God is his true hope. He understands very well that God is his true light. And if we don't understand this, then we end up being pitiable, as St. Paul said, because we're only thinking about what we have here on earth. In another psalm, Psalm 3, which maybe most people know more, David also starts and he says, "O Lord, why are they multiplied that afflict me?" So he feels like everyone is against him. And this is maybe external, but it's mostly internal for most of us. He says, "O Lord, why are they multiplied that afflict me? Many rise up against me." Many, meaning everyone around him, say unto my soul, there is no salvation for him in his God. He feels that even the people around him are telling him, maybe like Job, where is God? Where is this God that you worship? But he has this hope in him, as all the righteous in the Old Testament had. And he says, "But you, O Lord," this is the very next sentence, "But you, O Lord, are my glory, my helper, and the lifter up of my head." God is the one who is light. And for Christians, we live by this light of the resurrection. We dwell in this light of the resurrection that is our hope in all things. I'll read a part of Exodus for you. And this is something that we read during Bright Saturday, but it's also something that we read every day in Tasbihah, which is the song that the Israelites say when they cross the Red Sea, when they're saved from Moses. Because the church sees this as resurrection. It sees this as one of the deliverances of the resurrection in the Old Testament, as one of the types of the resurrection. Because the people were as good as dead. They're trapped at the Red Sea and they're as good as dead. So listen to what they say. This is from Exodus 14, and I'm only going to read a little part of it, but I would encourage everyone to read at home. Exodus 14, and I'll read from 11 to 16. "Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the desert?" So they feel that they're dead. They're about to die. "Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Is this not the word we told you in Egypt, saying, 'Let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians'? For it is better for us to serve the Egyptians," serve sin, because the Egyptians were a symbol of sin and the devil. "For it is better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert." Then Moses said to the people, "Be of good courage, So Moses has the hope of the resurrection in him. He tells them, be of good courage. Stand still and see the Lord's salvation, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Then the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward. Now lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, and let the children of Israel go on dry land through the midst of the sea. This is the God that we worship. God who is light in the middle of darkness, but our hope has to be in him. Even in the most of our dark nights, even when there is no hope, we hope against hope, as St. Paul says in one of his epistles. We have this hope even when we feel there is no hope, because we're Christians, because we trust in the power of the resurrection. And the Christians who live this way are never downtrodden. Never forget that God is able to accomplish anything. But when we lose this hope, and if I could dare to go this far, we lose our Christianity. We lose our hope in God. But it is the hope, it's the sign of a true Christian that they always have hope, no matter the circumstances, because our God is light. May God grant us to dwell in this light in a true way. May God grant us that he be our light that guides us in every darkness and in every situation. To him be the glory now and forever and unto the ages of all ages.